Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little beautifuls out there. Now then, my delicious babies, what's the time, Mr. Wolf? So the time is 8 minutes to 10 p.m. in our old England, my delicious little babies, okay, on the 11th of July 2026. Okay, my delicious little babies. So this is how far I've got with my garden right now. Red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. We're not seeing purple and orange, are we, my delicious little babies? Because the lights that I bought from Aldi's. Let's start again. Red and yellow and pink and green. So that part's missed out. Orange and purple and blue. So it switched back to pink. Okay. It's all right. I do have my beautiful dear Bless coming round to cut my grass. I've already paid for this. My delicious little babies. But anyway, I'm not going to feel nowhere because there's other things going on, so I'm not going to feel nowhere, you know what I mean? I just wait for everything just to be done. You know, I'm not one of these split arses. You know, that's what you call a woman who, she likes to feel entitled, you know what I mean? I'm not one of those, my delicious babies. I'll just wait till it gets done. Anyway, and you see that part there? Can you see that fence? So that's the part of the fence. And then we need to lift the fence out by my beautiful little tree on the stairs here. And then we need to lift it out. We need to saw that part off to make it the same size. Okay, my delicious babies. But, you know, if you go back to decades ago, my delicious babies, we never used to have this problem. You know, you used to find carpenters everywhere around the shop. Not these days, my delicious babies. You know what I mean? Everything's on a fucking laptop. Anyway, my delicious babies. So let's go back to the red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. I can see a rainbow, see a rainbow, see a rainbow too. Do you like the colour of my fences? My delicious babies, they're white. You know, if you look at, like a tennis ball. This is little Rubes, by the way. She hasn't chewed this one up. She usually fucking chews them all up. Okay, my delicious babies. Well, you know, if you really look at fences, or, you know, like when you play tennis, you've got like a net. Okay. Well, it seems to myself, from what I can see, from what I've painted, that this net is rather thicker. You see what I mean, my dish babies? Yes, let's just throw the ball, see where it lands. Okay, my delicious baby. So, yes. So, what is it that I'd like to just discuss very briefly and quickly this evening, my delicious babies? Now, since I moved on the road, my delicious babies, you know. Do you like my tan? Do you like my toes? I've got no nail polish, my delicious babies. I used to wear red and pink, red and cerise pink, but now, over years now then, I do not wear anything. What you see in myself is what you get, you know what I mean? Yes. Anyway, so yes. So I've worked out that since moving on my road now then, and yes, I do know my very beautiful, dear little Muslim families who moved on our road. They're so beautiful. They've been here for years. A lot of them been here for decades. You know what I mean? You know, my delicious babies, I happen to love my toes. Look at that. I love them. Look at that. I love my toes. Don't they look lovely, my delicious babies? They're so delicious, aren't they? Anyway, my delicious babies, but I've noticed over the year, okay, that when others seem to move in, that, well, let me tell you, there's been an influx. There we are. It is an influx. It's magic, you know. And they love the lake over there. Now, what I forgot to say on my video, my delicious babies, what I forgot to tell you earlier, which is why I had to redo my video, is that somebody not long past, you know, he my beautiful little tree in the stairs here. Well, thankfully, it wasn't my beautiful dear little tree in the stairs here, you know what I mean? Okay, because you need branches for that. When I moved in, my delicious little babies, okay, I actually paid, each of us paid a kaching 100 squids a ton to get it cut down, because if you get it too tall, then it starts to overgrow with the, let's just say, with the guttering. And then that's when we need to get ones out to clean our guttering, you know what I mean, Mardish babies, yes. So let's get back to the matter in hand. So what's happened? So I've been looking at weeks and months and recent years. And what do we see? What do we see? It's all right. My fences are going to have other things now then. This is a work in progress, you know what I mean? It's a work in progress. It's a really white fence, okay, but it's a work in progress. You know, it may have many different colours, but it's a work in progress. Anyway, my delicious babies, so what have I noticed? Well, I've noticed, my delicious babies, that, well, there seems to be an awful lot who love to walk around the lake. They love to park the car, you know, the car. They love to park the car, my delicious little babies. And there seems to be, on my counting now, 34 families. Well, basically, who are Asian. Now, this is not myself, my delicious babies, because whoever's going to be watching this will actually pinprick, you know, as if to say, you're being damn, you know, rink now. No, I'm not. I'm just pointing out that in the past, few years now then, there's been a lot of, you know, they just love to walk around the lake, you know, they will, you know, park the cars now then, the brum brums, then they'll just walk around the lake, you know what I mean? It's getting more and more. See what I mean? So I do not have a problem with any colour, culture. Anyway, I'm not even going to go down this road. Anybody who knows myself knows the drill. I'm just not that way. Okay. However, when you're looking at, let's just look at that little bit of the fence before it gets cut down. It's a bit like half and half, isn't it, my delicious babies? Yes. You see, you got all the white here. And then you've got the darker side there. I'm going to leave that way. I might decide to put some, you know, oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. I might decide to put some little nets up there, you know what I mean? A few starfish or something. Maybe a little, what do they call it? Lighthouse. You know, just see what's going on. Yes. Look at the cat box. Can you see the cat box? Can you see the little fish there? You see. Then you got an empty plant pot. My word. I've had her for years, you know. It takes a lot to fill her, you know. She's quite deep, that black plant pot there, right next to the cat box. She takes a lot to fill, you know what I mean? Anyway, my delicious little babies, but I like my fences to look all white and fresh and clean. You know what I mean? This is nothing against anybody. I'll repeat again. Wow, if you want to take it whatever the way you do, you know my front door, you know where I live, come and chat business. There we are, shoulders go, come and chat business. Because I'm just talking about my fences and my gates. Well, it is my gate because I fucking paid for it. Okay, it's not somebody else's, it's fucking mine. Okay? So at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is, let's get back to it. Red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue, but the orange and the purple are gone. I can see a rainbow, see a rainbow, see a rainbow too. Do you see where my beautiful little birdie house is? Do you see that green light? Do you see it? I put plenty of food out today, my delicious babies, my little babies. Mind you, sometimes I cannot afford to. I just can only give them what I can give them. You know what I mean? But that's what I do. Anyway, but as long as they're all looked after. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you, my delicious babies. So there's this little magpie, this really little magpie, okay? And he's a little fucking shark, you know. You know what he does? He's so tiny. He's so tiny like this. But let me tell you, you know when his elders come, I was telling my neighbours today, my delicious baby, especially, you know, my beautiful dear little Polish neighbours, I was telling them all about it. What happens is that when the other magpies come, this little magpie, because he seems to be the baby of the pack, he seems to You should see him, Martish babies. Next time, I'll try and get some footage. You know what I mean? Okay, my delicious babies. Anyway, not to worry about my grass. It'll soon get sorted. Everything gets sorted. I do not worry. You know what I mean? Once in a lifetime. Oh no, what a hold me down. Once in a lifetime. Yeah, I had a caller, was it yesterday, where somebody said, you sound like you're underwater. I said, you know what? Don't threaten me. You know what I mean? Don't threaten me and don't blackmail me. I said, because I'm never going to go underwater. Okay. So I just thought to let you know. Anyway, that's the end of the video, my delicious babies. Look at my beautiful little Sally on the glass table. That's my beautiful little Sally. Can we get a little bit closer? That's the one that one of my beautiful dear little friends, you know, she was very kind enough to buy me as a kitchen plant. I decided to put her outside to let her thrive, you know what I mean? Not to let her sit indoors and wither away. Okay, my delicious babies, so wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony and bright blessings to each and every one of you. May your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected, and how I love you all so. I'm so sorry, my little beautifuls. There's not much to say this evening. There's nothing of really great substance. Mind you, you might get a little bit from this. You might do. You're just gonna find pieces, bits and pieces, like there. Okay, my delicious babies. So until my next video, thank you so very much. How I love you all so. Thank you so very much for any views, for any likes, for the occasional comments. How I love you all so. But yeah, this is not finished yet, okay? Because I'm going to start to put everything else together, and then you're going to see exactly where I'm coming from. Okay, my delicious babies. So until my next video, love you. Goodbye.